Good evening from Marie at messymcreations. The rain has started my end. Hopefully it's not too bad with you. So I'm going to play with Basket of Blooms this evening, and also the beautiful new papers in the new spring catalogue. Oh, should we get those out of the way? As per usual, I'm working on a slightly messy desk, and what I thought I would do, just use plain white card bases and try and use up some of the many bits of scrap cards that I've got around the place. So these papers go with so many colours. You are bound to have something that goes with the papers. So we have, let's fan those out beautifully there. Hi Jenny, hope you're well. So yes, we have these beautiful papers, and we have colours of saffron, pumpkin pie, bumblebee, terracotta tile, flirty flamingo, petal pink, merry merlot, pool party, poppy parade, old olive, night of navy, mossy meadows. So there is a raft of choices in these papers. So you're bound to have in your Stampin' Up stash at least some of those ink colours. And then on the back we have beautiful patterns. This I think is just beautiful. And we've got, that's more slightly pool party. That's probably more... see, I'd say that was a little bit more... oh, see, I'd say that's more mint macaron. Wasn't listed on the packaging, but anyway. Then we have this beautiful orange. Oh, actually, I might go with oranges on one of them. So what I'm thinking is, I kind of thought I'd start trying to sketch card designs and see what happens. So wish me luck, it could all go horribly wrong. So I think we're going to pick out Petal Pinks and Merry Merlot. Oh no, I can't. Oh yes, I've got a bit of Petal Pink paper there. Oh, and I've got a bit of Night of Navy. Pop with those two. Oh, I was going to do that, but oh no, Flirty Flamingo might. I'm really going to try... no, that's not going to work for me. I was going to try and use scraps, so we've got to try and think outside the box. So I'm not allowed to cut up new pieces of paper for this one. You gotta love it when you give yourself a little challenge. Oh, how about that one with... oh, we'll use that side of that. We won't use that bit, we'll use that bit. Flirty Flamingo Poppy Parade. Should we do that? Let's see what happens. Let us see what happens. As I say, so many choices, so I went through all my scrap paper bits, and I think let's see what happens with those ones, shall we? So Basket of Blooms, we have basket and two kind of pots for our flowers, and then various leaves and flowers. We also have the punch, the bloom punch that goes with the set. So I'm going to do a few of those. I've got some scraps of white, because if you're anything like me, you end up cutting all your white paper up and you end up with all these scraps that you are going to be, oh yeah, so rainy, and the weather forecast for tomorrow is just frankly depressing. But anyway, let's not think about tomorrow, let's deal with today and what we're going to try and create. But yeah, I have, with the best will in the world, all these little bits of card around the place that I'm going to use, and then I never do. And I'm going to think, I think I might try and add a bit of that gold into it as well. So let's just get going, shall we, and see what we create. So I think, let me have a look at my... I'm thinking, right, let's start with this one. Let's get organised, shall we? It's been one of those days where I've been sort of pulled in 100 different directions and don't really feel like I've necessarily got anywhere. But hey ho, tomorrow's another day. So I'm going to use this as my background. So I'm cutting half a cent. So I've got my card base, so half a centimetre. So that's my piece of DSP, Designer Series paper, for those that don't like an acronym. And I'm thinking, see, it's so beautiful, I don't really want to cover a lot of that up. But I do want to add a bit of, so I might try a 4 centimetre wide, that's just a completely random, I'm going to cut it 4 by 11, and potentially that could sit there. Then I could have a bit of white that goes right the way across. Oh no, maybe a bit wider than that. So width ways, the card width is the 10.5. So I want this to be as wide as my card totally. And I think let's cut at 8. Obviously, once we've cut, we can make it smaller. But if we've cut too small, we can't make it any bigger. We don't want to end up with any more scraps than we've already got. Slightly messy edge there. So let's see. But I'm thinking that could go right. Oh, that blocks far too much pattern up, doesn't it? I'm gonna cut that to 6 and see how that is. See, it's all well and good thinking you want to use a Designer Series paper, but then when you don't want to cover the Designer Series paper up, it doesn't really work, does it? Because what in my design, my basket is going to be separate on the top there. So, and seriously, you're wondering why I can't make any sense of what I drew last night, but if I show you, these are the 2 things I drew last night. So if, you know, is it a wonder that I can't make any sense of that whatsoever? Notes to self, draw better designs. So anyway, let's see if that'll see. Oh, we can use that scrap up there. So I'm going to use crumb cake, because that to me was just kind of basket coloured. I'm having a bit of a, and then I'm going to fussy cut that. But before I fussy cut that, I'm going to add a bit of colour in a light crumb cake, sort of around some of these areas. So kind of really where Stampin' Up have kindly put the lines in for us. Hi Ali. Hope you're doing okay. Things any better today for you? Bless you. So yeah, really just where Stampin' Up have given me those shading lines, just adding a little bit of crumb cake just so that we're not completely plain. Hi Jane. Hope you're well. So I'm using crumb cake light. Again, I don't want to add a great deal of colour because I don't want to detract from my beautiful paper. So just adding a little bit there, and then literally going to cut around. Oh, that's good news. Long may that continue. Oh, and the exciting news is my mum and dad have got their COVID vaccinations tomorrow, so round 1 for them. So fingers crossed that goes well. I had my flu jab last week and then ended up with a cold. I wasn't very happy about that, but hey ho. Hopefully I won't get flu. Well, to be fair, I'm not going anywhere to get anything, but Like the rest of the world, we're sort of trapped there. Sorry, I'm doing this over to the right hand side because that's where my light is, and I'm getting old and I need extra light. So what I'm thinking is my basket's going to go on the top there, and I'm going to stamp on that white paper some leaves for my basket, which my green, I'm going to go Old Olive and Mossy Meadow. Oh, hi Carol. Oh, and then Jenny said hello to a different Carol. I've got lovely, lovely. Hoping everybody is well. So all I've got to do is then make sure. So I think I'm going to stick with smaller leaves at this time. And then the flowers I will do on a punched image. So as long as my, oh, that wasn't very good, was it? Now that's the benefit of having a photopolymer stamp. I can pop that back down. Oh, slightly different, but that's fine. We can cover that up with a leaf, a flower. Honestly, if I knew what I was talking about, we'd be on to a winner, wouldn't we? So the bottom of those leaves are all going to be covered by my basket. And I have some Old Olive, these ones. So then my flowers can, so I can just keep checking how I want that to be. Hadn't thought of a sentiment yet either. Need probably to add a sentiment, don't I? And then we've got this smaller leaf. So it's really just whatever you fancy. No right or wrong with any of this, and obviously we could add a bit of inking colouring in if we wanted to on the leaves, but bearing in mind I'm going to put some flowers over the top of that, so I'm not overly worried about it looking absolutely accurate. As I say, I've got something in my head, but from drawing to, so it's kind of going to go across there. So I'm seeing a sentiment in that corner, although what sentiment I don't know. And let us do some flowers. So I'm going to stick with, do some petal pink, flirty flamingo, and where's my poppy red? Right on the top there. So I'm going to go with those colours so that it ties in with that designer series paper. Let's do a couple of poppy ones. I'll do another one in that. So there's two different flower patterns in this one that you can use the punch with. No, don't remember. You need those. You don't want them red. Oh dear. This one was sensible when we've done the lighter colours before. One did the darker colours, but God, it's only Tuesday. I feel like I've lived a whole week the last few days. I've done the complete reverse. I did the darker ones first and then I've gone lighter. So, you know me on a live. Do as I say, not as I do. If you start with a lighter colour, you get less risk of contamination of ink. But oh, little, believe it or not, that's a chamois that's been washed. Washed it in the Zoflora. I've got a new scent. I can't remember what it is, but oh, it's quite nice. I'll have to look that up, won't I, what scent that is. And then we're going to do some petal pink ones. I would suggest I'm also not going to put all these flowers on there because that would be slightly too busy. But the other thing that I will do is once these are punched out, if I don't use them, they will go in the box with the stamp set for later use. And now I've got, oh, my punch is over there. There we go. So just a case of lining the punch up. I do love a punch, it makes life so easy. Don't have to get up and use my dye machine, or which I love dyes as well, but I think for a beginner often punches are slightly easier as well. And obviously absolutely anything can be cut out with a pair of scissors. I'm going to cut one of each and then just play around. Oh, pick that one off the floor. So we've got a Flirty Flamingo, Petal Pink, and let's do a couple of the red ones are alive. Did that one slightly too close to the edge of the paper. Put my finger on it this time. So I think definitely these call for some sort of detail in the centre there, don't they? So from my leaves, you see, then we can literally... Oh, maybe that's where we could use the bigger leaf. I was thinking the bigger leaf might not work, but actually... And we have got some smaller flowers that I haven't put on. No, definitely need the bigger leaf. So I'm going to put this bigger one on there. Maybe do Old Olive. But there is this bigger leaf which I think we've got space for. Up there. Whoops. Otherwise we lose all the leaves with our flowers. You can see, you can kind of, so if you fancy, the other thing that I am going to do, so if I can find my, what you can do is if you take a bone folder or anything flat, if you don't have a bone folder, and just curl it. That gives a little bit of a 3D effect, but I definitely think we need a bit of bling in the centre of those flowers as well, don't we? See, so from random drawing last night, which made complete sense to me last night, made no sense to me when I started this, but because if you're anything like me, if you start looking at Pinterest, you've lost an hour of your life. And so I think dimensionals and a bit of bling. I need a greeting, don't I? What should we do? Oh, do you know what I absolutely love? if I can find it. Oh, it's in this box. Bear with a mo. One of the celebration sets that we have free is Heal Your Heart, and I absolutely love the font of this. Thank you. Oh, might be too big. No, too big. That's too big. I want something smaller. We've got in this. We've got a little happy birthday one. Which, how big is that happy birthday? Let's have a look. Happy birthday could just sit there. I think that's a bit heavy. I want something sort of delicate. Hi Nicola. Hope you're well. Oh, you know what will work quite well? I really love it when I'm slightly disorganised. I'm going to go with a birthday, but I'm going with something from Itty Bitty Birthdays because they're quite small and I just think it's quite delicate, so I don't want too heavier. Oh, actually, do you know what I can do? So exciting. My niece has exciting things coming up, so the simplicity of little so exciting sentiment there, which do that in Poppy Parade. Let's do it in Poppy Parade. Exciting should be in red, shouldn't it? Pop that there. Looks like it's spelt wrong. I know it's not, but oh, a touch of ink. Are you oh, don't confuse me now, Jenny. But you're right. So, right, let's put this together and see. I might... Honestly, when I finish this live, I'm going to take a picture of this desk that I've managed. I started quite tidy and then I've gone all crazy. God, it's only Tuesday. Can't believe it's only Tuesday. Might take a couple of corners off this. I normally have my corner punch at hand. A little trio. I'm going to do two opposite corners. That was another do as I say, don't do as I do. Have your trio punch on the solid surface before you punch it. It's because I don't want to cover up my beautiful designer series paper. I'm cutting a corner off. Just to show a little bit more of that beautiful paper. I can't just pop, I can't put a basket straight. You see, look, I could just, there you go. There's a card because the paper's so beautiful. Could have saved myself. Wouldn't have been very exciting, would it? Just here you go, cut a piece of paper. But I have to say the papers are absolutely stunning in this set. So I absolutely think you could cut any of them and have a beautiful card. I might have to make that another little bit narrower. Maybe just 1/2 centimetre. So that covers the full width of the card, so it goes slightly beyond the designer series paper that I'd cut. Yeah, well, whether it's the weather or whether it's, I don't know, what's the moon doing at the moment? Sometimes that makes me sound like I'm some sort of werewolf, doesn't it? I'm not, honestly. But I do find the moon affects me quite badly. Oh dear. Oh, it's all just a bit crazy at the moment, isn't it? So then my basket is going to sit sort of central to the leaves, so as low as I can with those leaves appearing out of the basket. So I've just popped some that onto some I've popped that onto some dimensionals. That was easier said than done. And so I used the standard dimensionals, and somewhere on my desk I have some mini ones, and these little mini ones just sit on the flowers, so they are smaller. Just adds a little bit of dimension. Always consider whether the card is going to be posted and whether you want to pay the extra to post a large card rather than, oh, and take the paper off the back of the dimension if you want it to stick to your card. Oh dear. So yesterday I had one of those mornings that I literally was like, right, I'm going for a walk. So I dragged David out for a walk to have a bit of a reset. So I should have done that today if it wasn't hoofing it down with rain. So, and then what I am thinking is that looks odd. Oh no, that's definitely, that's got to stay there. Don't move it once you've dimensionaled it. Don't do as I do. Right, what I was going to do. Oh, I haven't got any little baby ones. You don't even know what I'm talking about. No, I haven't got any little baby ones. What I was thinking was the smallest of the clear Diamante, but I finished them all and my delivery hasn't arrived just yet. So I don't want to put too big a one in, but I have the, if I can reach them, just wondering, so gluing together, just feel like we need a little bit of something. Oh, don't know what they're doing there. Let's have a look. If we take our pick tool, we can sort of hold it on the pick tool and present it over. Just adds a little bit in the centre of the flower. Oh yes, definitely. Let's go with those ones. So these come in kind of a frosted or clear, so I'm just using the clear ones. on this one, which absolutely, by the time you've added that and a dimensional, you're paying for a large first class stamp. So just a consideration if you wanted. Don't really feel I can go into an even. No. Stop right there. Thank you very much. Might need to put a little bit of bling on the background. But anyway, that gives an idea of something that you can do. And now I've lost all my other bits I was going to use, but actually I'm in such a pickle. So sometimes the lesson there is Marie's not very good at drawing things and then getting them into her head. So you've seen the full creative process. Oh, there was my other colours. So this was going to be more see, again, paper's too beautiful to cover up. I think you just need like a... Oh, I don't know. Probably taken up far too much of your time. But yeah, the papers, Nicola, are just stunning. There is so much that you can do with them, and they just don't need. I mean, this is only a section of the piece, but the whole piece is just beautiful and really shouldn't be covered up. But the most important thing is that you do cut your papers up. Oh, there's the full piece of that one as well. So I have probably been waffling away for absolutely ages, so I am going to leave you in peace. Enjoy your evening, stay dry if it is raining with you, and stay safe, and I will see you all again soon. I will try and be more organised tomorrow. The plan is 6:30 tomorrow, so hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, and with any luck I'll be slightly more organised. And I'm so going to take a picture of my desk now because it's a right pickle. So thank you very much for joining me. Look after yourselves and see you soon. Bye.